Hey there. Today we'll talk about another Waterworld pen. Joost Appelboom lent me the 3 exclusive tie-ins to the 2025 Dutch Pen Show. There's a Kaweco, there's a Leonardo, and there is a Scribo. This is a Scribo. I want to say the model is the Feel. I always forget what it's called. I don't know why. I guess I'm not really feeling it. Now, it's been a long day already, and it's only like, I don't know, 9 a.m. Here it is, the Scribo Dutch Pen Show 2025 Waterworld exclusive edition. Beautiful material made by Tom Mackenzie. I'll get to that. I'll cover the parts of the pen. I'll do a writing sample. I'll tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, but it certainly is a pretty pen. Let's get started. Okay, here we go with the Scribo Dutch Pen Show 2025 Waterworld exclusive. Beautiful pen, but first let's go over the box. It comes with this cardboard outer sleeve. You can squeeze out the box. You have a Scribo Field writing with a magnetic closure. Here kind of caught, sorry, with a little leather flap you can use to open it, but anyway, it doesn't matter, you could use that. We have this, I'll get back to. We have the Appelboom sticker that comes with it. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the paperwork out, which was a lot more difficult than it looked. Comes in its own sleeve. And then we have the Scribo with kind of the use and maintenance guide, that sort of stuff. And we have the international warranty card. I'll get all that fixed when we're done here. And then you have this pen sleeve that comes with it, which is cotton and leather. And it's kind of interesting. So you have that leather strap. You have your pen sleeve. You can put that pen plus another pen in it, which is quite nice. Growth model, as we say. And then in this side pouch is a cloth which you can use to polish your pen so it stays nice and shiny. Okay, I'm just going to put that away. Here we have the pen. I'm going to zoom in so you can actually see it. I'll talk about it. Here we see the pen next to a Pilot Metropolitan, so it's certainly a larger pen. These pens came in rose gold trim or gold trim. They're made of a custom resin by Tom Mackenzie of Mackenzie Pen Works. They have a Waterworld center band. I'll show you that in just a second. There is a Dutch Pen Show logo on the finial, and you can get a 14 karat gold flex nib or an 18 karat gold nib on it in different nib grades. Of the Dutch Pen Show pens, this one was the most limited, 88 pens produced. It's also the most expensive at about 785 euros. Bear in mind, you can click the code, the banner, Appelboom banner on my website for a 10% discount. Let's look at the parts of the pen, shall we? So on top, the finial, the camera might have a little bit of trouble focusing on that because it's so shiny. Let me see if I put it down a bit more. Here we have the Dutch Pen Show quill, and it says DPS for Dutch Pen Show. So that's the finial. Then we have the ski slope clip that I really like on Scribos. It's a very elegant shape, I find. It's rose gold and it's quite springy, so that works well. Then we have this center band. It's very reflective, but it's a dreary day. I really need to have this light on. It says Scribo. You have this sort of texture there, and then it says Waterworld on the other side. The texture is quite nice for unscrewing the pen. It's a faceted model, so the facets catch the light quite nicely. And you just have this beautiful material that really does look like a swirling sea. Now it's a piston-filled pen, so there is a piston turning knob right there, which I'm not going to operate because there's ink in it right now, but that's there, and then there is another rose gold ring. You unscrew the cap, there are two things I forgot to mention in likes and dislikes. I don't record these videos in order of the elements you see, sorry. So I'll mention them here, I'm sorry for that. First, let's talk about the nib. So we have this Omas style nib. It says feel the writing, Scribo, 18K, and this is a medium, I want to say. Not at all. I misread that entirely. I'm so sorry. It's an extra fine. I was reading it from the side. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, we have the section. The section is is faceted too. Then we have the threads. Two things I will say about it is this step down I forgot to mention. It's quite steep on the feel model, and you do feel it when you write with it. Now, it's a fairly long section. It doesn't really bother me because the section is so long, but there is that step down. And the second thing is, with this being a piston filler, there's no ink window. So you really have no way of knowing how much ink you have left in the pen. Those are two dislikes I forgot to mention. These do not post, so you can't really use it posted, but as shown here, it's a fairly large pen. I don't think there is an absolute need to post this to be able to use it comfortably. What we should do next is see how the pen writes. Not the greatest paper in the world I have here, but it's a Pelican Hub paper. We are talking about the Scribo DPS. I'm just going to put in DPS 2025 to save some time. This is the extra fine nib, and the ink is just Waterman Blue. It's an extra fine nib in 18K. I will say not at all scratchy, which is nice because sometimes extra fine nibs, not having an awful lot of tipping, can be really scratchy. This is not, so really, really nice. Fast writing works very well. This was not a skip, it was just me misaligning the pen. Ebonite feed, I forgot to say that, I'm sorry. 18 karat nib, ebonite feed. Keeps up very nicely with your writing. Now, with an extra fine nib, you wouldn't expect the wettest of writers. It is not, but as you can see, it does flow very nicely and does a great job in that regard. Shape of the nib. It feels like a fairly round nib, although I do feel maybe the downstroke is ever so slightly wider than the side strokes. If you want flex, you should buy it with the flex nib, but these nibs, the non-flex nibs, do have a little bit of bounciness to them. Be very careful. Again, this is not advertised as a flex nib, and you can get a flex nib, so you should buy that if you want line variation, but you can add a little bit of expressiveness to your handwriting should you desire that. Okay, reverse writing. For those who enjoy such a thing, you already have an extra fine nib here. You can take it to extra fine. It becomes scratchier, and as you can see, it runs dry fairly quickly. So I'm not sure that's really what you want, but in this case, again, it's already extra fine. There's no reason to turn it upside down to make it even finer, which is why people do this. Okay, I think that's all I had. Let's look at the incomplete, but now completed, likes and dislikes. What do I like and what do I not like about the Scribo Dutch Pen Show 2025 Waterworld exclusive fountain pen? Well, I think it's beautiful. It's a feel model. It's a nice model with the facets. I also like the slightly bulbous way the cap and the barrel work. I think visually that works quite well. They're comfortable to use. They're comfortable to hold, to write with. I do quite like that. Material is great. Mr. Mackenzie has made a very pretty material that certainly looks like a swirling sea, which obviously is appropriate for the theme of the pen. Piston filler, gold nib. Scribo has the old machines that Omas used to make its nibs. Omas had dreadful pistons but beautiful nibs, and this is no exception. A very pleasant writer, so that's great. The rose gold is warm. It looks nice, although if you don't like it, well, then you can get other finishes. But I think the rose gold is very nice and warm in combination with this deep green. The sea, is that sea foam? It would make sense, but I don't know. Now, piston filler is cool, gold nib is cool, comes with a pouch, comes with a cleaning cloth. So you get a very complete package, which I think is very nice. Now, having said that, you also pay heavily for that. 785 euros. With the quick conversion, that's 1260 Canadian, not US. I forgot about US. Sorry, I didn't do that conversion. It's a shame. I just forgot about it. But there we are. It's expensive. It's an expensive pen. And yes, it's a complete package and limited edition, and it's all these kinds of things. There's only 88 of them. So of the 3 Dutch Pen Show pens, this is the most limited. But it's not cheap, right? I don't think anyone would say, oh, that's pocket change. So, I mean, that is something to keep in mind. It is well made, but it's expensive. So I think it's a lovely pen. I think it's a beautifully made pen, but it's saving up time if you want one. Don't forget, the code FRIEND gives you a 10% discount at Appelboom. So if you want one and they're still available, there was a bit of a lead time I saw online, a couple of weeks, but when I was recording this was in the end of June 2025, they were still available. So if you want to order one, it's exclusive, right? So Appelboom only, you have that discount code. You can click the banner on my website if you forgot. A very kind thank you to Joost for lending me this pen. I appreciate it. I hope this was useful, and I'll gladly see you later. Bye.